All right, all right, all right. Good morning, good morning. And the camera is not working. The camera decided not to work. Let's fix it. Let's fix the camera. There we go. Now it's working. Good morning, Predator. Good morning, Charlie. How's it going, Oracle? Room beats in the house. Yodel. Yodel. News. 10 a.m. Michigan 1-year inflation expectations. 2-star. 3-star. New home sales. 10:15. Is that right? No, 10 o'clock. I'm sorry, 9:45. No, wait, are these both at 10 o'clock? Oh, these are both at 10. Atlanta, blah, 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 at 11. That usually doesn't do much. That's pretty much it. So 10 and 11:30. So they're in London here. You know, it's kind of funny. We were bullish in London, but the volume was so low. So low. And I was trying to wait. I was trying to wait for these equal lows to be taken over here. So, like, every time we tried to push, we failed. And I was, like, really wanting it price to take these equal lows. You can see it. It tried here, then it tried here. Didn't take it. I tried to take this long here, right here. If you guys can see. But I was not in love with it because we did not take those equal lows. Target would have been 22. That was the target, the ultimate target to the left there. But most of the liquidity rests here. I did say that. But I was thinking that we would trade up into 22. But right here, we didn't make it. So we did take that. We took this long here. We ended up getting stopped out for basically break even. And then once we inverse this gap over here, actually, I think maybe we took a loss on that one. And once we inverse this back to the downside, I rode it to this swing low. But this was the trade right here that we were waiting on. Ran those equal lows, shifted back up to the upside, violated this gap right here on the way down. It's only one gap. So, but it, of course it would come after I'm asleep, after I end the stream there. So that gap right there, once we closed above on this candle here, this is your long entry, 906. What do? We ran the 923 just as expected. Then we pulled back. But it just did it outside the area of time where we were looking for it to do that at. So, good morning, Dave. Good morning. Blah, blah, blah is exactly the news. Yeah, true. So, we had data at 8:30 this morning. So, interesting kind of scenario here. It injected us with some volume. So we ran the data lows immediately. We ran the London lows, right? Actually, we didn't run the London lows because those are down here. London low is actually right here. So we'll mark that out. You guys are wondering why I'm on the Trade of 8 chart. We're not trading the 16 funded accounts today. I've decided to put those away until next week. Just because the volume during London was very, very low. But I don't know. If something good happens, we'll take a trade on them. If the price action's better. But obviously, we already ran the highs. That always happens. Yeah, you wake up to the perfect setup that you're too late to get into. Yeah. So we're gonna move this chart over to here. So we will have the we'll have everything open just in case we need it, but just in case we see something we want to take. But for right now, let's get the connections up. Then we'll mark out our levels. While I'm doing this, we'll let's check out Mancini's tweet. So we're back up to 17,000 and 4,800. Last day of trading as we enter low volume. Slow holiday trading in ES. Trade light. Yesterday I was looking for a bounce from 45 to 88, 97 to 810. We're almost there. We didn't run the 10s yet. Strong resistance before a breakout. 770 to 81 is going to be supports. So 72 is the important level today. Start sells below. So really all we got to do is just mark out 72. We'll just mark this out with a little. So we got to hold that area. That's the idea. 48.10 the first up, says Mancini. Newsletter. Still holding a small runner. 770.81, first major support. He preferred to see something like a 72 test than a pop above 77 to try longs. Didn't quite get there yet. So 48.16, 48.22 if we get above 11 next in play. So you can kind of read this. You can pause it and read it if you want to. We do post the newsletter the day before in the I can't even talk. We posted in the Discord. Let's see. I used to have the pivots on here. There they are, pivots. That might not be the right ones. Pivot point standard is what we're looking for. Pivots. We want the one that say pivot point standard. Maybe not. All right, maybe we'll try those and see what they line up at. Oh, I got to get connected here. I don't know. Let's take a look at the 5 minute. Oh, there's some pivots. Is that in the right spot? Let's check out the pivots. Those look awfully close together. Yeah, I don't like that. I'm going to take those off. How do we delete those? I don't know. Like this. Gotta select them. Remove. There we go. So anyways, if you guys have not already, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Kind of go over what we think is going to happen here at Open. We don't know. After this news play, we ran the data high. We ran the data low. The only thing we haven't ran is the London low down here at the 900 level. Do we sell back down to the 900s? Or are we going to have a Santa rally here? Continue up? I mean, realistically, this is kind of the last. Do we close above? No. This is kind of the last line of defense here before we run these highs at 75. I mean, do we see any reason in here where if we don't close above this gap, I mean, I guess there is another small gap there. So if we close above 20 on the 15-minute chart, we can be pretty safe to say that we're probably going to run the 75s, right? You can come over here and make an opposite assumption. We're holding this gap right here, looks like, so far. So we're kind of holding this gap. Yeah, we did close. We pushed into this little order block here on the 15-minute. So if we kind of close below at 91, then you would expect us maybe to rerun the lows. But I don't know. I don't like to guess. I don't like to predict. We'll just see what happens here at Open and just trade what we see. That sort of thing. And, yeah. I would like to take micros and leave on a runner, but unfortunately, trading on Topstep is not really possible. I need to move these to be a little bit more spread out. So we're going to trade the Express Funded account today. We're not going to trade the 17, 16, whatever accounts from APEX there. We see a trade that we like, that's like an A+ setup, we'll take it. But this is a funded account anyway. You guys can see there, Express Funded. So I assume you can see that. If you can't, then maybe you can't. But you can see there, Express Funded. There's our equity, 549.64 in this account. So we're not going to guess going into Open here. We're just going to kind of trade what we see and just go from there. That's the idea. We shall see. We shall see. I mean, obviously the ES looking pretty bullish there as well. 3-minute chart. So we close below. If we close below 05 on the ES at Open here, then you pretty well be sure that we're at least going to visit that 99 area. But who knows? Could just blast straight up here at Open. We'll see what happens. So we'll just kind of see what happens. Morning, gamblers. Design Knob. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Gamblers Are Us. Gamblers Anonymous. So let's see what happens here at Open. What are we thinking? What are we thinking happens today? Up, down? What do you guys think? I'm lean. My lean is up, right? Why not? We've had one red day in 10 days or something like that. I don't think we finished red yesterday, did we? I'm not sure. I mean, there is a decent-sized gap to the downside as well. Maybe we did finish. I didn't even watch the market yesterday afternoon. It looks like we finished green for sure. We definitely finished green yesterday. I mean, I think until we're told otherwise, right? Until a major support is violated, up is the play. But up is the play. But we'll see. Santa Claus rally continuation. That's right. Probably. So kind of watching here. I mean, the thing is, we got these little swing low here, right here. I'm thinking maybe we run this right here at open. I don't know that I'll be able to take an entry on it because if we close out this gap, just not that much room. If we just blast right through here, we're going to run that low quickly, I kind of think. I don't want to guess and just take a short right here at open quickly. I mean, one could, but I think maybe we'll get a quick rundown in the 80. Possible, but may not. We trade what we see, right? We don't guess. So like I said, if the first 3 minute chart, 2 minute, if it closed below here, we could take a run into the 80, but probably both happen at the same time there. Hard to do if that does happen. Yesterday was green. I thought so. ES is still, well, you guys can see. I don't even have to call out the ES anymore. You can see the ES over here today, huh? Normally I call out the ES for you guys because you don't see it. So, like I said, we hold this gap here, then this kind of is going to tell us. It's going to tell us what happens here. Excuse me this morning. Need to drink some water. So pushing the highs there. So we ran the high there. I'm going to turn those off. Just keep the chart a little cleaner. Yes, to the moon here, running the 10 level. Mancini said 10 is major resistance. I think he said 11, actually. And so let's see what happens with the ES right there at the 11s. Does it turn back down? Does it push right into the 16, which is his next level up? Good morning, Wayne. Good morning. So Mancini's next level up is 16 there. I don't use this chart that much. I don't like that crosshair. So we're going to see what happens here. See how price reacts to this area there on the ES. Wayne now has 3 PAs. Nice. You generally feel better about going long now that with that regulation, especially if price breaks that top. We'll see. Kid Poker, don't tell me you took the short. Now, a short could work out. It could. But you may take some heat on it here at open. I mean, we could really... You see, really could push to that. Well, let's see what happens. Like I said, no guessing. No guessing here. No need to guess. We'll just wait and see what happens. Do have a small gap here on the 2 minute. Let's check the 1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute is going to look a little cleaner there. So we have a small gap here. If we do violate this gap, chances are maybe we revisit this swing here. So let's kind of see what happens. It's first swing. I'm going to try it here quickly. There we go. So there we go, $110 quickly. Why did we take this trade? This is quick. This is a little bit of a... Now this thing could swing to here, right? We could. But why do we take this trade? We inverse this 1 minute gap, push back up into it. Obviously, I could have got a much better entry, but I was a little bit chicken on taking it there, and then we got in late. Trying to do a little better of that. But that's your first swing low. So let's say you did get short right there at the gap. Maybe I do like that crosshair. 17,000. You know, your target down there at the 93. Not huge, but you also could be targeting the 80 here. Could be targeting the 80. Back down to VWAP, then go long again, POI futures. Could be. That might be the play. Guys, if you could help me out, you don't have to do it right now. I'm going to mention it a couple of more times before the stream ends. If you go down into the description of the video, and please just click on the links for the APEX, Topstep, and Bulenox. Even if you're not buying anything, if you're not resetting anything, I just want you to guys do me a huge favor and just click on the links for me. That's going to help the channel there, just showing activity, showing that we actually have people clicking our link. So once again, I do have the link in the description for APEX, Topstep, and Bulenox. Just click those links for me, mainly APEX. That's the one I'm concerned with right now. We do appreciate it. So again, where would your stop be? Your stop would just be here at the high, and if a candle closed above the gap, you would take it off. I'm in full-on scalp mode this morning, like I usually am anyway. Full-on scalp mode. What's the ticket symbol for the Dallas on Quan Tower? Dallas. The dollar? Should be DXY. Are you talking about the dollar? Should be DXY. And next, if we are going to continue down, I'll try to pull it up. I think you're saying the dollar. Let me see. DX. So your ultimate target would be right here. We do have a 2 minute setup here as well, but I don't see any, it doesn't show me any symbol. When I try to pull up the dollar, it says no symbol found. Let me see. Let me just scroll through there manually and see if it's in there. Sometimes when you search for them on Quantower, they don't show up right. I don't see it. So like I said, I was just looking. I'm in scalp mode here. I don't like to do anything too crazy there. Somebody at my house. That's a bird. It's a bird. Yeah, yes, holding for sure. Yeah, I don't know why. I can't find it either. I just have mine on TradingView. And there we go, ripping back up there. So didn't quite hit this low here. Like I said, once we broke this swing, I would be taking profit, which is what I did. Boom, right there. Stop would have went to break even there. Yeah, no problem there, Kevin. No problem at all. I try to look. You know, I've tried to pull the dollar up on there before, but the Quantower is weird. Somebody in here probably knows. I don't know if Mad Moxie or any of them are in here. They're a lot more versed in Quantower stuff than I am. And it may be that you have to pay for the more expensive. Maybe you gotta have the higher features or something. I don't know. Another choppy first 10 minutes. Yeah, look at ES here. Look at this. Look at that. Likely this is going to be taken, right? Likely. Close back above this gap here now. Likely we take these highs. You could take this here. I'm not taking it, but you could. Any weakness in the ES here, though, will ultimately turn us back down, so we have to be aware of that. There's a pivot point right there at 22 as well. Yeah. This could be a bearish SMT here as well, because the ES making new highs there, and Nasdaq not making new highs, as you guys can see there. If we pull this over to the 1 minute here and kind of look, I mean, you can see boop, boop. So this might sell off here. When you see something like that, you know, possibly a sell-off coming. But maybe we are going to make a new high. Didn't look like we were going to get there for a second, but now it looks like we will. Oh, so this is turning into an order block here, so I actually do think we will run these. I just noticed that. So this is turning into like an order block. So that would kind of give us pull back into the order block here and then maybe run the highs. Let's see. Kid Poker needs to pass an eval today. Well, we didn't quite make the new highs there, Riggedy. Not quite, but this did turn into an order block, which leads me to believe we will. I almost want to take it, but a little skittish at it. A little skittish. Does look like highs are incoming, though. Does look that way. Oh, you're looking on a volume chart? I don't know. On my chart it did. Could be different there. There we go. Now it ran it. Could have taken it there. It's one of those plays where it's 50-50 on a day like today. I just don't trust it. Turned into an order block. Pulled back into it. Pushed. So what's the next up here? Let's go back here and look. Next up for ES. I mean, it almost seems like we're going to run these. I mean, I think 74 is in play here for sure. 75 seems like. So, Mancini says lock in partial gains here. Reaction zones. Price can't dip here fast. 16.22 up next. No. Oh, broke the previous high. I got what you mean. Yeah, you're right on that. I mean, this looks like it wants the 75. Pretty happy with my one trade so far, though. Choo-choo! Yeah, news at 10. Thank you, Kid Poker. I forgot about that. Slight reversal at 35-ish. Could be. You want to turn that, excuse me. Whoo, we got the mute on just in time. You want to turn that 16 area maybe into support. Yeah, kind of gun to my head here. I think we run the 75s. But how do we get there? How do we get there? They don't have to, obviously. We don't have to run the highs, but it feels like that's what it wants to do. There we go. A little pullback there into the 20s. We could turn down here, too. I mean, you know, you can make an argument for both ways, right? We don't want to marry a bias here. We want to just take what we see, and that's that. So you want to turn your resistance into some support here. So 16 needs to turn into support on the ES. So you really want to kind of hold this area if we're going to continue higher there. Yeah, Michigan data at 10. Riggedy. Consumer inflation, I think. Is that what it said? Michigan 1-year inflation expectations. Consumer expectations. Consumer sentiment. Oh, new home sales also. New home sales at 10 also. Those are 3-star. So it's probably going to be a market mover there at 10. We'll see. I probably won't take anything else until after the news, but we'll see here. You know, it's Friday. I'd like to go into the week with a green day, possibly. It's kind of funny we took that short there we got in late, right? Really should have got in for the break right there at 17,000. And it did give you 10 points, but I took 5. We took 5.5 technically, cover the commissions there. State employment and unemployment. Yeah, this should be a mover. Should be a market mover. I think I need to update my, need to update my Quantire. I don't want to do it right here during the stream, though. Not that I'm using it. Like I said, we're just trading the Express Funded account today. Just trading the Express Funded. Maybe going to take 3 or 4 trades total. Most likely. And then maybe we put it away, but we'll see. We're working on a 15-minute fair value gap here, possibly. We got about 2 minutes left on this candle here. No, I'm sorry, 12 minutes. ES is actually... Zoom out here on the ES is actually interesting. There we go. ES, what did Mancini say next up was? 20? We looked at it. 22. 22. Next up. Deja vu. That's right. 2 gaps at 17,010 and lovely short profits if we reach. Yeah, this is, I mean, it's tough actions trade this morning. It really is kind of 1710. All right, let's see here. Making new highs. Kind of missed an entry there that I could have taken. We traded kind of back into the small gap. We held it. A little nerve-wracking. I don't like taking longs up that high, though. Plus, we're so close to the news, right? Trading right back into that 2-minute gap. Had an order block here. Could have taken that for the high, but I don't want to be super aggressive today. It was a bear trap to 48.25. I mean, it's possible. You can actually see this a lot. Let me I go your 30-second here. Look at this. I see this off screen now. That's kind of what I was looking at a minute ago. So he closed. As soon as you closed above this gap right here, this is your entry. We inverted this gap. Only thing is, we're kind of delivering off an order block there on 30-second, so it's fine. We don't have to run lows if we're delivering from another PD array. So as soon as we closed above here and retested that gap, that's your long entry. I didn't take it because of how high we are there. But that's what we were looking at. So that would have been a decent play, but like I said, I'm not being that aggressive today. Not being too aggressive. Lock in a few green trades and be done. Let's see. The whole one-day dip. You expect a reaction, 24 or 25. On options 2 days ago, what time is the news? 10 o'clock. Went down straight, resulted in a bear trap because all longs were out. Yeah. Yeah, we had that one pullback. I mean, that was a small pullback day. That was a small pullback day there. I mean, that's what I was telling Samuel yesterday. We could literally pull back for 4 or 5 days. I mean, it's just like Mancini says. You can have a week of pullbacks, how high we are, and we're still bullish. So one pullback day is nothing. One sell day of 200 points is nothing. So, I mean, we're up almost 1,000 points this week. I think we're up by like 900 points right now. I don't know the exact number, but I know I looked at it yesterday or day before yesterday. Dun, 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 dun. So let's hope the news doesn't mess that up. I don't think it will. You're about 30 points into your long. Riggedy hoof. I don't know if I hold it through the news, but good luck. Yeah, Tuesday's regular hours. Yeah, most people are on holiday. You're not wrong. That's the thing. Like London, we traded in a like 15-point range for the entire hour. So, right, letting some air out of the balloon, unloading some pressure. Yeah, we've retraced the entire move now, back up almost to the highs there at 1775. So we're up $100. Nothing huge, but we'll take it. Once again, now that we're slowing down, guys, and the news is coming up, please take a moment here. Go down to my description. Hit my APEX link for me. Hit the Topstep link. Hit the Bulenox link. You don't have to buy anything right now. I just want you guys to hit the link. It helps me out. It's just my personal favor I'm asking you guys today to do. We do appreciate it. Like I say, you don't have to buy anything. Just take a moment and hit the link for me. Let's see. What do we got here? Let's see. Well, news is coming up. I'm not even going to worry about it right now. Thank you, Captain Price. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So pulling back here. Pulling back. So pulling back here into the news. Let's kind of see what happens. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. We need 7 more subscribers to get to 1,000 or 1,200, not 1,000. Seven more. Can we do it today? Should be able to. All right. So we got the news coming up here in about a minute. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nike stock minus 10%. Nice. So let's kind of see what happens here with the news. A few seconds away. Kind of want to, you want to see this kind of hold. I'm kind of bullish here. I'm thinking we run the 75s, but we don't want to say that right now. It's still a little too early to say that. We're only 30 points away, but that's my expectation. We certainly could dump, but I'm lean. If I had a lean, I'd go towards the highs. I mean, if we close below this here, this is an area I'm watching. If we close below that, I'll take a short. But you don't like the news? You got out at 23 points. I mean, that's the thing. You never know, right? Could be anything. Could go up, could go down. That's a 15-minute bullish gap there. I don't love the look of this here. If we close below this, .5 minutes there also. 5 minute might be cleaner. Down to 980. So it gave me the heebie-jeebies. Yeah. I don't blame you. Maybe time to test VWAP now. It might. If we close below here on the 5 minute, we might participate short. Target would kind of be this swing low. Just watching here. Trying to concentrate. If we come out of this 5 minute gap, let me check the 2 minute. We're waiting on something to happen. There's not really one there on the 2 minute. So it would be a 1 minute play there. If he gets above there, then if it holds this gap and we get above here, that's very bullish. Let me check the 3 minute right here just to make sure. Okay, yeah. 3 minute makes more sense. 3 minute makes a little more sense here. There we go. That looks better. So close above here, I'll take a long. What do we got? 2 minutes left on this candle. 27 plus stops if you're trying something short. Yeah. You rather wait for the break that high. Well, that's the thing. When I'm taking any entries here, I want you guys to understand it's strictly a scalp. So I'm literally targeting internal liquidity swings. So if we close above here, the target obviously would be the high of day, but I'm probably just gonna take 5 points if we close above. So if we close above there, that's what I'll do. This 2 minute down here is important for structure. I think if we close below there, we sell. Obviously, this one would be a higher risk sell, but I like the look of closing back above this 3 minute here. I think that one makes a little more sense. So technically, I'm bullish right now. Oh, I got you, Riggedy. That would have been an attempt back to picking off stops. All right, here we go. Let's see here. Starting to push. We got 35 seconds left on this candle, or 40 seconds, something like that. Needed to close above. I don't want to jump the gun here and get in too soon. Let's see if I jumped the gun there. It looked like it was just going to run straight to it, but then it pulled back. So that's why you wait for that close. That's why you wait for the close. Now, I don't know if I'll take this mid one. I may just wait for this lower one. This one's high risk. This could fail often. Seeing a reaction now. Yeah, I don't like this one. I could take this one. There is it's just the tiniest of gaps in here, but if we close below that gap, we could take it to this swing. But look how tight that is. It's not enough points. I mean, it's 10 points, but it's likely to close like so close to it. If we close below, we might take it if there's room. Didn't close below, or not yet. What do we got here? Actually, there is no gap there on the 5 minute. It's the only one in this leg. I actually like the look of this. I didn't think about that. So if this one does close below, so that's the one we probably should be watching. You could have a decent sell there. but I think I'm going to jump in long here. I don't like how it's a difficult spot. It's really a difficult spot for me. Let's just wait. I don't know. Just kind of watch this here. We do have an inverted gap here that we closed above. The problem is we didn't take this low. We are delivering from a PD array there though, but so I'm just trying to watch here. Like I said, the main interest is the 5 minute here or the 2 minute here. That's my main interest right now. If we run these lows, if we run this low and then we fail to close below on the 5 minute, then we push back up in inverse, then I would be interested in taking that. But since it did not run the low, it's kind of in no man's land here, really. Oh, this is a 3 minute. I said 2 minute, so that's 3 minute. And this bottom one's 5 minute, so that's what we're flipping back and forth for to see what happens. So I was kind of watching here. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Trying to push into 1,200 there. Let's see if we can get to it today. I think we need 6 or 7 more. Help me out. Help me out. Appreciate it. So far, just kind of watching price here. See what happens. Like I said, if we close below this on the 5 minute, then I think we sell pretty hard down to this swing here. I'm not going to hold it to that swing there. I probably will just take 5 points. Maybe we take 2 contracts. It might be higher risk, though. It's the only thing. I don't know. If it wasn't the last day before Christmas there, then, maybe we do something different. But really wanting to be careful here. And ES looking strong here, right? It's turning the 16 into support, which is exactly what we talked about. It's kind of what we were already talking about there. Let's see, 1 minute. Triangle forming. Good morning, Alistair. Bill Chill. You almost blew up your 150K. That sucks. Going up now. It might. This thing is, I really want to wait for the 3 minute to play out here. Just have extra confirmation. So nothing really to do here. We're just chopping sideways, really, to be honest. So we're just waiting. This is a screw VWAP kind of day. Yeah, it may not go back to the VWAP. I mean, if we're going to continue bullish, then I would expect ES to hold 16. And, you know, same thing on the Nasdaq. If we're going to continue bullish, we want to hold this gap. This might be how most of the day is. Yeah, that's the thing, Kid Poker. You never know, right? The news didn't cause an immediate drop, but it did cause skepticism currently. Yeah. I'm happy with the one trade. I don't want to step in it. Yeah, I don't love the look of this either. You have kind of low resistance liquidity there. This thing could just, I mean, it's failing to go higher, right? Keeps testing the 10 or the 15, 16 area over here. This could just drop right through there. So just be careful. Just be careful. Oh, you're the trader formerly known as Captain Obvious. Is that right, Alistair? You've assumed his identity. Is Captain Obvious dead? Is he dead? And you assumed his identity. I think we need to investigate Alistair Parker for murder. He killed the alias known as Captain Obvious. We need to send him up and have him investigated. Let's go. Let's see what we get. I mean, this is the thing, right? We could be pressing the button so many times already, but what's the point? What's the point? Sometimes, as they say, be happy with enough. Is $100 enough today? It is enough. It's enough for me. I don't need to make any, rash decisions today. That's the reason, before the market even opened after I saw London, I said, I'm not going to put my not going to put my 17, 16 funded accounts at risk this morning. Just not going to do it. I'd rather trade one account at a time. And if we do crazy stuff on this one, it's just one account. So let's just see what happens and go from there. Yeah, if the market only gives you enough signs for $100, then $100 is enough. That's right. You have 107 split between the two evals. Yeah, that's the same thing, Wayne. I mean, this price action is just like, sometimes you just got to recognize that it's not going to give you what you needed it to do or what you would like for it to do. Yeah, Riggedy, you can blow the account easily, dump the account. We don't have a whole lot of equity in this account as it is. Right now we're 655. All right, let me see here. Let's just cycle through. Just waiting on the 3 minute here. It might happen here. If we inverse this 3 minute, I actually do kind of like this. I would like it to run into the highs there. How's it going? Oh, just ain't right. How's it going? So in order for us to take a long here, we really got to invert this gap. We invert this gap, we're going to see the highs 99% of the time there, I would think. If we don't, then it's just nothing to do here. It's just nothing to do here. And, I mean, look how strong the ES looks over here. I mean, it's just holding. You know, we talked about the 16, which was major resistance, turning into support. That's exactly what we got so far. And we are just continuously testing it, and usually the more you test it, it might break, but so not really anything to do here until something happens. We either close below this gap or we close above that one. And even then, maybe we take it, maybe we don't. This is on 3 minute chart we're watching here. This gap is on the 5 minute, so we'd have to have a 5 minute candle close below this gap. If we get closer to the end of the candle, we'll switch over to the 5 minute to watch it. But right now, there's no point. I do have the 5 minute pulled up over here off stream, so this candle doesn't have to. I mean, it doesn't matter if it did close below. It's not. It's got to be. So the chart that you drew the box on, that you drew the gap on, that's the candle that has to close below. So even if a 1 minute candle closed below here, it doesn't count. We got to have. So if this is on the 5 minute chart, got to be a 5 minute candle close below. So you try to join me for the London session. Your wife caught me a few times trading the London session and thought I was cheating on her. That's funny. That's funny. Like, what are you doing up at 3 a.m. or whatever time it is where you're at? Just ain't right. It's like that. What was that commercial? Oh, yeah, State Farm. It's what's his name? Jake from State Farm. What kind of pants are you wearing? Khakis. He sounds hideous, or she sounds hideous, or whatever she says. He's trying to save money on his car insurance in the middle of the night while his wife is sleeping. Hanging out's fine. Not trading is probably a smart idea. That's me this morning. I mean, you know, look at this. I mean, look at this trade we took. We're actually kind of fortunate that it hit our TP there, because this swing low was our target off of that inverted gap we took that trade off of on the 1 minute. We knew it wasn't going to be a sell down. We're just targeting the internal liquidity there. That's it. London opens at 2 a.m. Not too bad then. I'd rather it open at 2 a.m. for me. Because that way I'm back in the bed by 3 and I get up at 7. You get 4 hours on the second half of the... It's not as easy to go to bed early as it is to just go to bed right after the stream, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So if I went to bed right after the stream at 3, I'd probably get more sleep than if I try to go to bed early. So we'll just see what happens here. Like I said, the 5 minute kind of trumps this 2 minute gap here. That's the reason I have the 5 minute up. So if we close below on the 5 minute, I think we see this low down here. Probable. But because if we close below, that's the next swing low down on the 5 minute chart. Actually it's not, 990. No, wait. 989. Oh, I guess that's that little swing low there. So that's where your stop would go to break even. So if we broke through here, your break of this one stop would go to break even, and then maybe target that. All right, we're testing the bottom here. How much time we have left? 1 minute left on this 5-minute candle here, so this might be our short. This could be our short. Charles Martin, Apple, Amazon, Tesla, all roll over, starting to roll over. You're short on NQ. Might not be the bad idea there. Got 30 seconds left on this 5-minute candle. 20 seconds left now. Back into the range. This is why you wait for it to close. Let's see. Did that close below? I mean, it's so close there. I can't really tell. Actually, it did kind of close below there. I'm going to try to wait for a zone retest here since I kind of missed the entry. We closed. We closed right at the bottom there. It's kind of. Did we obviously close out of it? I don't know that we did. Closed right at the bottom. So I didn't really close out of it, so I'm going to be careful here. You're short for below 17,000. Looks like my heebie-jeebies steered me right. Yeah, that could be. I mean, for whatever reason, why is this gap different than this one? 17,011. I just noticed that one. This gap is at, I don't know why it's different here. The 5-minute over here is 17,011. Oh, it is 17,011. You can see it didn't close below. It closed like right at it. So it's like you can't take it. One more tick. One more tick there and we would have been short, but bouncing here. I kind of want to take a long here, to be honest. It's 5 minutes holding. All right, let me just wait for a setup. Normally, I'd just take this long, that 5-minute holding there. Because I think we retest this at least. All right, let's take it. We got momentum here. Let's take it. Should just rip right through there if it's going to go. And we're at break even already. Break even already, so it should just rip. 2 ticks above break even. Rip it. Rip it. Should just rip. Logging in $40. It's all right. Logging in 40 there, 35 after fees. That was just, I probably might just trusted my instincts on this one quicker. We would have got our 5 handles. That's just, there's no real setup there, but that's just me seeing it's holding this 5 minute strong. I think we sweep this little high here at 31 at least. And there, if I didn't move my stop so quick, would have hit the 5. So probably going to at least hit this 31, I would imagine. Adding to your short 19. I don't see it. I don't know. I mean, short, Charles, I hope it works out for you. If it doesn't close below that 5-minute gap, I just don't see a short yet. Just too much indecision right now, and your strategy would have been closing the trade a bit of a loss. Yeah. Could rip up here. That's the thing. Sometimes you have to go with your instincts. My instincts told me there that, like, that's probably going to rip up. I thought we took that 32, that next little swing high, which technically this here is an internal swing high as well, right here at 27. And we did take that. You can see how that one's just slightly above this left candle and it's above the right candle. Technically, that's a swing high too. I would expect this middle one that did not break another high to at least be taken. And then if we close above here on the 3-minute, which this candle just opened, I think we see the highs for sure. But if there's no structure here unless we close above, there's no setup for me unless we close above there. So we hit the target right there, 31. So I was just a little jumpy on my stop loss movement there. We're never in the red on that trade either. So really no reason to even, I mean, we were in the green immediately. Like when you enter a trade and you're up 30, 40 bucks, you know, a 1.5 right away, then really not much to worry about. So we ran that internal high there. Like I said, in order for this to work for me, for it to be a long setup, an actual long setup, needs to close above. And then I think we take the highs. Same thing. In the other direction, for it to be a short setup, we got to close below here. It almost got me here because I almost took that entry on that 5-minute. I was really considering it, which, to be honest, if I would have taken it right at the close at 17.11, 17.10, I mean, it would have given me the 5 handles anyway. Charles Martin stop at 17,051. So up $141 there. You can see the ES kind of doing like, well, the EN's looking a little stronger here, right? Just a little bit. Not a ton, but a little stronger. You see next target up on the ES there, 22s. See if Mancini's kind of tweeted anything else. Santa Rally and ES showing up. Seasonal Q. 10 was the first target. Rally off 40 to 45 Wednesday after clipping the bulls ripped right through. 16 to 22 up next here now. If we keep running, 30 to 47's up next. 10 is now support, which we already knew that. Dip down to the levels if we lose it. If you guys are interested in trading futures, I have all the links down below to Topstep, APEX, and Bulenox. If you are considering resetting your account on Topstep there or adding a new account, whether you're a current customer or not, please do it through my link. It helps the channel. If you are a new customer, it does give you an additional 20% off your first month and 50% off your first reset there. So keep that in mind. APEX link down below also. Bulenox there as well. If you're not going to buy an account, just at least click the link for me. Whether you're purchasing an account or not, we do appreciate it. These are minis. I would trade micros. I would have traded micros today if they were available, but unfortunately, because of how Topstep works, they're not. You know, I could only trade 2 micros today if I did micros. But on Monday, or Tuesday, you guys will probably see me do 15 micros. And I'm going to keep the same ATM strategy. And we'll take 10 micros off at 22. And we're going to let the other 5 micros run to the swings. Right now, we're just taking scalps. So we should get some expansion right through this zone right here. That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting, if we're going to do it, to rip right through this zone. we should get some expansion here. If not, then maybe we sell down. But I would expect some expansion here if we're going to run those highs. ES approaching the high there. It's at 20. The high's at 21.75 already. But I'd like to see this candle close above quickly here and then give me an opportunity to take another scalp to the highs. Yeah, just ain't right. You're not lying. I have 16 right now. I did blow 4 earlier in the week. 16 on APEX, 3 on Bulenox, 3 on Topstep, 1 on my funded futures, 1 on take profit. See that candle closed there? I hate that. Yeah, they should certainly update their micro to mini to micro conversion. Oh, I'm on the 5 minute. Oh my goodness. I'm on the wrong chart. Did that close above? It did not. All right. All right, so I think we only have a few seconds left on this. If this closes above, yeah, it didn't close above. You dirty girl. Alistair, you saw this morning on Topstep TV they're working on changing the micro. They've said that for months, so Alistair. They've literally said that for like a year now that they're planning on. Oh, we're working on it. How hard is that to change? Let's be honest. That ain't hard. That ain't hard. That ain't hard to change. That's one of the easiest thing in the world to change. They just, they want you to size up. That's the reason for that. We know it. I love Topstep. I love APEX. I love all the people, but they want you to use bigger size. But hopefully they will change it. I mean, it'd be a big deal if they do, right? See, what I hate about this now is we still got 2 minutes on this candle. So let's see here. We'd have to be in at 36 in order to get profit before we hit the high of day there. So yeah, Alito, you're right. Yeah, I think it's a pretty easy fix too. It's just, do they really want to make it? Let's think about it. If you wanted to trade 3 micros, 4 micros, and instead they force you to trade a mini, which is 10 micros, that's a pretty big difference in risk. If you want to trade 5 micros, because you're right now I'm stuck at 2 micros because of my equity in my express funded. They might be planning to change it once Topstep is made public. That could be. It's going to flush when 17K breaks. The speed in which this thing is moving through this. Wow. The speed in which this is moving down is intriguing here. Let's see if the 1 minute closes below here. I'm going to take it. Man, it did not close. Did it close below? Oh, it did. All right, I'm taking that off. I don't love the look of it. It ticked it. It just ticked it. I feel bad there. I should have probably waited for a little more confirmation, but it's all right. Something else I just saw too. We just saw this. This technically is your silver bullet. I'm going to go bigger here. We're going to try to get a little pushed into the highs. This should make it right through there. Once we get through the 34s here, I'm going to move my stop to break even. Could have got a better entry there. I'm going to reduce my risk here. I don't know. It's probably going to go, but like I said, this did close below, but it was just an obvious liquidity run, right? But let's look on the 1 minute. What did this trade into? So we had a market structure shift to the upside, right? So this did close below, but just barely. I probably should have waited for a little confirmation on that. We didn't. We ate the loss, but that's okay. This would be your silver bullet setup here. This pullback. It's on the 1 minute, the 2 minute, and the 3 minute as well. And so you can see that right there. Your stop would be down here at 17,000. Pretty sure this is going to run those highs. I took larger size there thinking we would just get quicker expansion on the way up there, and we didn't. So it's like, you know, that we gave up $100 there on that exchange. It would make sense to change it. Yeah, once they have their own platform. Yeah. Might offer us another opportunity to jump in here. They're simply milking the cow for as long as they can. A trading platform can go years for beta before you can release it because all those takes one outage and you'd have to revert it. Yeah. JP made 2,300. Nice. Nice job. Come on, rip this thing up. I'm being a little more aggressive than I probably should be being here. What did we say earlier? Is $100 enough? Yes, it is, and we should just be going with. We should have probably went with that sentiment. Stops at break even here. If we get stopped, which we do. Oh, actually, let's see here. How many times am I going to look to get this thing to push above there? Remember all the new policy changes from summer, new pricing, new payout policy? Well, they did that. Leave that out of the picture. Yeah, they did that. This thing's probably going to the highs here, guys. I just don't have the, I mean, at least this high, right? I probably should have waited for us to push above this to move my stop to break even. That probably would have given me what I needed anyway. Yeah. Well, actually, not quite. I'm not going to chase it. I feel like I'm chasing it here, and there's no point in it. Not tradable today, says Kid Poker. You can trade it carefully. Carefully. I mean, look at the ES right there, right? And there we would have been stopped out break even. Well, actually, we would have got our take profit there. We would have hit our 5 handles. So if you look at all these trades right here that I took right in there, this area here, if we put our stop where it needs to be, which would be here, took a few points of heat, 6 points of heat on it, and then it would have went to our target. But now it's probably going to trade back to here. You can see this better if we add 30-second off to the side here. You can see this better on 30-second. So we delivered off this fair value gap on this push back up. And we inverted this one. Closed above, almost made it. But it's very fast push down and then this quick push back up there. Ludo, how's it going? So anyways, I'm just not trusting the movement this morning. Could really hold it here. We could enter again, but yeah, there's not much going on here, Emmanuel. There's not much going on. I still think we at least run this high at 34. But do I really want to jump in and hold for that? It's not horrible. I mean, it's not terrible. It's just chop. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Trying to push our way into 1,200 there. So if you're watching and you're not subscribed, please press the button. It's just like, I'm telling you, this is just, man. This thing, well. Lex, hey, good morning. How strict is Apex on 30% rule? Top step traders pretty strict on 50%. You have a few accounts I was trying to pass before the 27th one-day exception. You have $1,200 a day. Are you talking about on an eval, Lex? Or are you talking about, because eval, there's no consistency rule with Apex. You can pass it in one day. What are you talking about? Are you talking about after you're funded? I don't know what you're talking about. If you're talking about on funded, then they're not that strict as long as you're trading as long as your days, as long as you don't have like a $3,000 day and then 100. But if you have like one $900 day and then the rest are 200, two or 300, you're fine. But on an eval, you can pass in one day anyway. Charles Martin looked for 100 points. No, even Alex, there's no consistency on eval at all with Apex. You can pass an eval in one day. You just have to flip a micro for the next whatever 6 days. There's no what you call it on the eval. There's no consistency. I passed all my evals in one day. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, the pass in one day thing is just kind of a ruse because you can pass in one day already. You just had to flip a micro for the next 6. So the pass in one day is not really anything different, really, to be honest. They just don't make you wait 6 days until they give you the funded account. Where's that? We're right here at the pivot too. Pivots 021. 17,021 is a pivot. Yeah. 7 days but no limit. So All right. Still holding this 5 minute, or what was that? I don't remember what gap that was. It was a 5 minute gap. No, must have been a 3 minute. I think that might have been an inversion gap that I put up there. You averaged in, traded news, traded the open, and got Apex payout no problem. Just stay below 30%. Yeah, you don't even have to stay. I mean, like if you're at 40%, like I said, I think he's on an eval, so it doesn't even matter. But yeah, it doesn't really even matter for the payout all that much. I mean, if you're at 40%, but you traded your normal strategy, you didn't YOLO it. Eh. I wanted to take this, but for this swing. Of course, now that I'm not taking it, it's going to just run them. Wanted it to close below and then take these. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. I'm trying to wait for the close below there. I actually was on the wrong chart. This was not on 5 minute. Where was this at? 3 minute? Yeah. It may not. Kid Poker, it may not. So kind of banged into that 3 minute fair value gap there, holding up. A lot more profit taken into the close. VWAP down here. You can see ES approaching the VWAP as well. Do we hold? Do we hold? Three minutes. Oh, that's this one here. Let's kind of see what happens here. Whoop. There we go. It don't look like 3 minutes going to give me a, not going to give me an entry here. Unfortunately, we did close below, or we haven't closed below yet. The affinity. If Topstep wants us to be successful, why can't they trade the evaluation in micros? If anything's backwards, yeah, they don't want you to be successful. I mean, you know, Samuel, he's back. He's in the selling zone again. Samuel's in the selling zone. Oh, so 3 minute push below there. How much time's left on that one? It's still got 2 minutes left. I don't think it's going to close below. See if this thing closes here. Is it going to close below? Doesn't feel like it is. Feels like it wants to bounce here. Got about 10 seconds left on this candle. Let's see if it leaves a gap here. We got another minute left on the 3 minute. All right, so this left a gap. You've been sitting on your hands all week. It's been the struggle, but you've been over trading. Nice. What is the reasoning? No real reasoning there, but we're going to see if we can get a little. So we get a little rip straight up here off the VWAP run, and we're closing above this inverted gap here. So I'm going to try to see if this thing will run here. I'm going to try to hold this one a little bit longer here. Risking a little bit more, but probably should have waited for the pullback there. Reaching for the 17,008 gap. That would be nice. We can trade 5 full lots on a 50K, but not even a third of that on the micros. Yeah, it's stupid. It makes no sense. I mean, we said that already. Sabo, what's up? Any good trades? You see my P&L here, Sabo, and we're in the one right now. So this one could end bad. It could end bad here. If we close below this inversion, I'll be getting out just for a loss, and we'll be done for the day. Probably down $300 if we lose on this one, maybe more. So I don't love the way it looks right now, to be honest. Woo! All right, I'm just going to eat it. I let it go a little further, but it closed below, you can see there. So that was a bit of a higher risk trade, probably dumb on a day like today, but we took it, right? We took it. We gave it the old college try. Gave it the old college try. Still got about another minute on that 3-minute chart. Looking like it does want to sell. Ripping lower here. I kind of want to take this, but... All right, so that closed below on the 3-minute. So we'll... So I want to see us kind of breach this low here. And we may just eat another one here. All right, there's really no point in me being in this, to be honest with you. Probably. Come on, rip her on down. I think we at least take that swing there. Should be able to go to break even here once that breaches that low. Come on, breach it. All right, breach that low. We got to break even. Want to see some expansion down here. Oh, well, stopped out. That's all right. So there you go. There is a fair value gap here on the larger time frame. I think I marked that out earlier. Shapes, let's see. All right, let's get back in here and look. Holding NQ short for the dump below 16,900 by the bell. It could. You never know, right? Do we even take... I mean, come on. I just took that big L on that one. I don't know. We probably should have just been happy with the $100. With the $40. So Nasdaq holding below, or ES and Nasdaq right here at the VWAP. Ding dong long. Ding dong long. We might try another long here. Let's see. It's high risk. Close above. All right, we closed above. Let's see if we can push into the 17,000. And just death. Has to rip it here. Has to just rip it. Oh. Come on. Rip her up. Rip her up. I don't even know why I'm taking trades, guys. I really probably shouldn't be. Being way more aggressive than I need to be here. Oh, nice job, Alito. Nice job. Come on, rip it up here. Rip it up. Want to see the ES continue to push here. Get back above that 10. All right, I'm thinking about just killing it. If it doesn't go now, I'm thinking about killing it. Rip it. Come on, rip it up here. Not asking for much. All right, we'll take it. All right, feel better about it now, just being down $100. That was a risky trade. I could have gotten a better entry there for sure, but thought we could. I thought we would just blast right through there, and we didn't. But we held that VWAP there. So not a great trade, but hey, is what it is, right? We took it. Is what it is. We took it. Why did you take a trade? It's so stupid. What we got, Kid Poker? You long or are you short? A lot of profit taking. Big cap tech. This is going lower. Take what you can. Kid Poker short. Yeah, I mean, I agree on the short, Kid Poker. We closed below on the 3 minute or on the 5 minute. We still have not closed above. So we did inverse this 1 minute. That's the only reason why I took this. I don't know if you guys even noticed that. That was a very, very small 1 minute. One minute, very, very small inverse. I actually took this way too high now that I look at it. What was I doing? Look at this. I missed this here. I just now saw this. This is the gap. Let's see. So I should have been buying. This closed here. I should have been buying at 88. I didn't even notice that. As I should have been long at 88. Instead, I took the long at 95. So pretty lucky to get out of that one, to be honest. Yeah, that inversion to the downside. We closed it out quickly. I think I was looking at this small one here. That one doesn't really even count. If you kind of squint to see it, then I don't count it. So this is where my long should have been. Should have just waited for the pullback into VWAP, or this open here pulls back into the gap and then go. So I had a very high entry there now that I look at that. Very high entry. Last yesterday, and what did you say? Yesterday you're telling me, what'd you say? Selling time again? Oh, Samuel. Come on, Samuel. You said that yesterday, Samuel. We closed up 100 points. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're wrong. I don't know. I never know. I'm just an idiot on the internet. That's all I know. Just an idiot on the internet. Don't listen to me. But we could go down. I mean, you're not wrong. We could go down. I mean, it's always possible, right? All right. Told myself you wasn't going to trade the PAs. Took $100 loss. Got PO'd and went in again. No, yeah. That's the thing. That's why I only traded the. That's why I'm only trading the one express funded. You guys see me. We were up $144 after 2 trades, and this kind of goes along with like not trusting your trades, right? This one we took off for $40. I mean that should be a $100 win. We got the $100 there, so there's no real reason to move the stop there. Would have got the $100. We ate the loss here for 120, just trying to buy the short here. And then kind of these over here, same type deal. Took it off for 60 on 2 contracts there. It would have ultimately hit our target if we would have just trusted it. Same thing here. Took it off for $5. It would have given us 100. So we would have been up $300-$400 there. And then instead we try to take this long and get blasted on it. It was an aggressive long. I knew it was. Should have waited. This is kind of the idea when you had this wick and then you strong push out of there, you expect it to kind of continue higher. So what does it do here? Same idea, right? Runs this wick, push back up higher. The difference is this is the same sort of setup, right? But you've got a inversion gap here that we took and failed. This is a very similar setup. We just took such a high entry. I don't know why I did that. Should have been entering here. Or as soon as we pushed above the VWAP there at 88, we should have been entering. But anyways, hindsight's easy to see. But look at this price action. Not great. Feel fortunate to only be down $100 on it. Could easily be up. But, that's just the way it goes. Oh. Santa Claus Rally Kid Poker. I don't know if we're going to be red or not. I mean, I really don't know. Right now, it doesn't seem like it until a major support is broken. 48.10 being the support there on the ES. Immediate support that you want to see hold if it's going to continue up. If it's not, then, that probably wouldn't hold. $30 minutes, $100, ain't nothing. That's right, Rat Lord. How'd you do, Rat Lord, this morning? I didn't get a chance to watch you. I'm kind of just trying to stop watching streams first thing in the morning just to tune in on what I'm doing, zone in on what we're doing here. And aside from this one big loss that I'm disappointed in, I mean, we took a $480 loss right there. Woof. Tough. Tough to do. But feel pretty decent about only being down $100. $100 make you holla. You're in the 1,000 club. Oh, Rat Lord crossed 1,000. Nice. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. We're at 1,198. So we need 2 more people to be in the 1,200 club. Who's going to hit the subscribe button, get us into the 1,200 club right here? The 4 hour, if it breaks, then up. But you're right now, you're Bears. No. I mean, I can focus and do many things at once. But like with this particular strategy I'm trading right now, like I usually don't pay that close attention to it. But you really have to, because you're looking at multiple time frames at one time. So my other strategy that I use, and I'll be back to the other strategy at the new year. I think this one's a little more consistent in choppy markets. But the other strategy that I use, I'm only looking at the 15-second, really. But this one, I'm switching back and forth 15 or 30-second, 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute. We're all over. I have to really concentrate. 2 fundeds up 130 on each with one trade. Nice. Felt extra pressure with the holiday weekend. Yeah. I was up 140 earlier, and I made the comment. I said, how much is enough? I actually think I was up 105 when I said that. So there you go. We should have just called it enough. But we decided to size up on this long right here. I'm not quite sure why I did that. I took two contracts instead of one there. Kind of bought the top. Bought the top. Oh, hold on 1 second. We may have another setup here, guys. We might. Switch back over to the 3 minute here. Five minute. All right, so we do have one here on the 5 minute. If we invert this, we will take it. Yep. If we invert this, we'll take it. Target should be up here at the 33s. That's the only thing I'm interested in there. If we invert this, then we'll take it. That's what I'm thinking. Let's look at the 4 hour here. See what Samuel's talking about. I got no idea. Yeah, that 4 hour candle's about to turn green there. It might flip green here. We'll see. $30-minute trading back into a fair value gap there. Holding the gap nicely there, bouncing right out of it, actually. Looking decently strong. You got a bunch of crap to deal with today, but if you don't check in later, hope you have a great rest of the day and your family has a good Christmas, holiday weekend. Yeah, you too, Rat Lord. I'm going to be ending the stream early as well, just because I do have a lot of stuff doing today. We have our family get together tonight, so, and it's at my house, so we gotta do the cleaning things, sweep and mop, that sort of thing. So, the dog hair, you got to clean the dog hair up. People coming over. So, but yeah, you have a nice weekend too. Alito, no lie, stop loss saved them on that trade. If you did a usual 15 to 20 point stop loss, you would have been pretty much bottom ticked. Yeah. That sucks. So the only thing I'm interested in right here is if we invert this 5-minute gap, I'll take a long. If we don't invert this gap, you probably won't see any more trades from me. You probably won't see any more trades from me if we don't invert this gap. It's the only thing I'm interested in. Let's see if we can invert this gap or not. We get her inverted, we take a long. Nice thing is the same sort of setup there on the ES. You guys can see there as well. So a little extra confluence there. So same setup there on the ES. We probably would be inverting this one as well if we get that one. Samuel says, is that yesterday's high and last week's high? Yeah. That 30-minute looks bullish over there, Sam. I don't know. It's looking pretty bullish, bouncing out of that 30-minute fair value gap there. That candle right there just turned green. So let's see if it can close green here. If that candle closes green, how much time we have left on it? 2 or 3 minutes here. If it closes green, that's probably bullish. Failing to go lower, there's basically no body on that candle right now. It's just all wick. Let's see if it can close green or not. Let's see if it can close green. Let's see. And also, it'd be nice if we push through this 5-minute gap here. The only question is, do we take 2 contracts or just 1? I think if we invert this gap, we probably re-see the high of days here. The high of day is kind of what I think. That would be my thought process. If we don't invert the gap, then we don't. Really would like for this candle to close above here because we only got about 1 minute left on it. So we'd like to get a little push into the 15 there if we could. But it may not. Based on today's action. It very well may not. May not have the energy to do it. All right, so I just got an email. They said they gave me a custom code here. Let's see if it works. Through APEX. Looks like on the 5-minute. I mean, if it holds this gap, yeah, for sure. But if we invert this gap, then no. Okay. Nice. Pushing here, pushing. So yeah, we just got a custom code there from Apex, and now our code's going to be methodical. Methodical. Make it easier to remember. Don't know why I didn't request one sooner, but we didn't. All right, looks like I might want to inverse this here. It might want to. Ripping. So what do we got? We got about 3 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. If it closes above, then I expect the highs to be ran. I don't know how heavy I'll go on this. We may go 2 contracts here. I don't know. If it fails, it fails, and we'll just end the week in the red on this account. Because, I mean, you're looking at a pretty wide stop there, 15 points, something like that, if we close above. I don't know how fast it'll go. We could take the safe play and just take 1 contract and be break even on the day, or we could take 2 and maybe end the day in profit if it triggers. Has to trigger first. So no close above yet. 2 minutes left on this candle. Let's see if it holds or if it doesn't. If it holds, no trade. If it doesn't, we take the trade. We take the trade. Let's go. All right, guys and gals, if you're watching and you're not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. We're at 1198. Let's get to 1200 before we end the stream here. All right, coming up on 1 minute on this candle here. I want to see it close above. Want to see it close above. That's what we want. Or we could just take 1 contract. It might make more sense just to, if it closes above, maybe we just take 1 contract and we have a bigger target. Maybe we take profit at 25. Just shoot for 10 handles instead of 5. That might make more sense. Lower risk, just 1 contract. It does not look like it's going to close above. Only got 30 seconds left here. At least not on this candle. Boo. 10 seconds on this candle. Not going to close above. Well, actually closed a little soon there, a little early. Is my clock out of sync? My clock must be out of sync. These candles are closing about 5 seconds before the clock shows they should be closing. So holding the gap so far, pulling back here. Miranda, is this a new strategy? No, it's not new. I've been trading this strategy for quite a while, just not on the stream. I've been taking trades off stream. It's really no different than the normal ICT strategy that I traded before. You're just trading inversions instead of so basically instead of being like, oh, this is a short, which very well could be. Instead of doing that, we're like, actually, you know what this is? This is actually the 5-minute play right here. Because you would be getting short here on the 5-minute play. But anyways, no, I've been trading this off stream, and I've used it before a while back. It's just you have to really concentrate and flip back and forth between time frames. So that's one of the reasons I like the scalping strategy, the high-frequency scalping. We'll be back to that at the new year. The high-frequency scalping just does not work as well in a choppy market. So I thought it'd be better just to take this, a little easier, cleaner to see when the market's the way it is right now. But it's not new by any stretch of the imagination. It is not new. This is the only entry I'm interested in, though. If we invert this, I think we go to the highs. If we don't invert it, obviously we could sell, but still got that 15-minute fair value gap down below there, bullish, that's holding. So until that one kind of breaks, I would not be bearish. Until we close below that 58 area, I'm sorry, 68 area, I wouldn't really be bearish. So it's much closer to being bullish here than bearish as far as I'm concerned. And we're above the VWAP. Nasdaq's above the VWAP. ES is above the VWAP. You see we've tested it both times there, and both times it's been bought up on ES and Nasdaq. So something to be aware of there. Something to be aware of. So yeah, when I end the stream here, we're going to be cleaning the house. It's so exciting, right? Raise your hand if you're excited to clean. It's not a lot to do. Got a few dishes to wash. Just a few. Take maybe 10 minutes and then sweep and mop and we'll be good to go. Not a whole lot to do. Got hardwood floors, so you have to kind of mop the whole house, dog hair. When you got a long-haired Dotson and he's white, his hair's everywhere. It's everywhere. You missed that big move down a while ago, but up $400. Nice. Nice job. Looking like it's going to retest the VWAP here. Let's see if it does it. Can we hold? Can we hold is the question. So far holding. Yeah, I overtraded. The first hour I was pretty solid. I took 2 trades. Was up $140 and was like, it's fine. And then we took more trades and more trades and more trades. That's how it works. Sometimes. Samuel says no. What do you mean? Late day dumb. What is that? I don't know what you mean. Predator's done for the day. All right. You have a good Christmas too, Predator. Thanks for watching. We'll see you Tuesday. For all the wild action. Tuesday. You don't think it's going to go up if we inverse this 5-minute gap, Samuel? What do you think? This camera is like, there we go. That's better. I mean, this doesn't have to happen, right? It doesn't have to. Samuel could be right. We could just, like I said earlier, I think if we start selling, that would be your trigger, or your that would be your target down there, 930s. I would just like to see it close below the 15-minute fair value gap before we close below here on the 15-minute chart. Pretty good odds we go here. We close above here on the 5-minute chart. Pretty good odds we go here. Nothing's ever 100%, right? Guess we did have some news there at 11:30, that Atlanta, whatever it was. But it didn't do anything that I noticed. I did forget about it. Riggedy rack. You would like to see it bounce off the support of the previous day high made. I mean, it could. Where was that previous day high anyway? $66, $71, $72 area. That's kind of where it bounced earlier. Testing the good old VWAPs. Black Beauty machine. Do I like Bulenox? Yeah, I like Bulenox. I like Bulenox. The only negative I had about him was the payout policy where you have to, I thought you had to, I guess I misunderstood it. I thought you had to make $2,600 and then like you couldn't take a payout then. You had to wait until you got more over $2,600 and you had to leave the $2,600 in. But I found out you can actually just close the account and take out $2,000. I think is what it is. So you can actually just close the account and take out the safety net there. So not too bad. I got 3 funded accounts with Bulenox. I've not really traded them in a few weeks. Beginning of the new year, we will go full port with all our fundeds. We'll trade them every day. We broke through it today. You'd like to see regulation and rejection around that level. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking, I guess right here where this is kind of the intraday high from yesterday. I think we close below that, we sell. But on the 15-minute. But you can see every dip today has really been bought up so far. Every pullback's been bought so far. I missed the play of the day this morning, really, but it is what it is. On the 1 minute here, this was kind of the play of the day. At this news. We ran the London low. We ran the data low. Or not the London low. We ran the data low. So we ran the data low here. So, 8:30 news came out. That's the data low. We ran it. Created a fair value gap. Inversed it. Boom. That's your entry off 54. Look at that push up in 1 minute. 54 all the way to 94. 40 points in 1 minute. That's the play. I was asleep. Or I was on my way to Chick-fil-A. So on my way to Chick-fil-A, as you do. But that was a really nice setup there. Yeah, the 8 o'clock, 8:30 news. Yeah, you don't count it as missing. Duke to go. If we didn't trade, they may have been closed. If we didn't trade, yeah, that's true. You think stocks will go down such a big gap? How fast it went up on the weekly? Trader Oracle went to Taco Bell. Well, you missed a couple of losses, Trader Oracle. Well, followed by a couple of small wins, but we took a $480 loss here trying to long this push back up. On the 1 minute chart, we inversed a gap here, so that's why I took it. You can see we inversed this gap here. So once it closed, I took the entry and it just boop. So once we violated the gap again, I took it off. As soon as it closed, we took it off. Then we took the short down here to this low. Took one off at break even. Tried to leave a runner on, but. And then same idea here. We inversed this gap. But I got in super late. For whatever reason, I was looking on the 2 minute chart as it's clearer. But I should have been in long, ding dong long from like 87, 88. And I got long at 95. So, anyways, missed a few things there. But now we're just waiting. If we inverse this 5 minute gap, I'm going to take a long to the highs. If we inverse this 15-minute gap, you could take a short down to the 30, potentially. Potentially. So, yeah. So we're down $100. Not a big deal. Is 100 enough? Apparently it wasn't. Was 144 enough? Apparently not. Sideways futures, Apple's down, Tesla up. Yeah. But, you know, I mean, I'm okay with it. I'm all right with it. You know, you could say, all right, is 100 enough, right? We said that. But you could also say, is 500 enough? Because if we'd hit this trade here that we lost on, yeah, that would have been like $400. Nice. But it's all right. Chop Suey, you know, he had Taco Bell. He had Taco Bell, the Wayfarer, not Chop Suey. He went to Taco Bell. And if you know what happens after Trader Oracle goes to Taco Bell, then you know. Oracle, you don't use DoorDash or Uber Eats? You don't get them to just bring it to your door? I live in a very rural area, so there's no DoorDash or Uber Eats here. But when I did live in an area where there was one, we probably kept them in business. My kids would text me, Dad, can you order DoorDash? There's nothing in the house to eat, which is not true. Taco Bell's closed on Christmas. Not sure how life can continue. Oh, man. Here's a thought. You can go on Christmas Eve, buy your favorite Taco Bell dish, and just put it in the freezer and then heat it up. That sounds awful. Heat it up the next day. Nah, I know what you meant, Wayfarer. Is it any good? I mean, you know, it's all right. It's all right. It's not the worst thing in the world. 90s it used to be we can order a pizza. Yeah, that's true. Pizza Hut, Taco Bell. Pizza Hut, Taco Bell. You know they're all owned by Pepsi. Is that right? I think it's Pepsi. Taco Bell, Pizza Hut. There's a whole chain of them. They're all owned by Pepsi. What they mean is nothing to eat, and they want. The dog is whining. He wants to go outside. Few more minutes, Max. Just a few more minutes. Come here. Max said he wants to tell you guys Merry Christmas. Let me get him. Tell them Merry Christmas. Say Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Take long. Tell them now. Take long. Market only goes up. Take long. Can you tell them? Take along. Yes, Max runs the stream. Say ding dong long. Hello. All right, he hates when I do that. He's like, I want you to take me outside. I don't want you to show me on the stream. Poison food, you're right. Andy says, Merry Christmas, Max. Max said, where's my bone, Andy? If you don't have my bone, don't talk to me. Oh. Your dog sleeping on your coat. Yeah, mine does that too. Long may not be the ding-dong decision here. Yeah, you're not wrong. Inside bar. I don't know. I'm waiting. Like I said, I'm not bearish or bullish here. I'm more bullish because we're above the VWAP or right here at it. But overall, it could go either way, right? I mean, that's always an option. Those last few 15-minute candles certainly don't look very bullish, but you have two green candles with no bodies and then one red candle with a small body. She has the blanket right next to her and still choosing to sleep on the coat. That's how it goes. You get drunk on the inside bars. Thanks, Sarah. Merry Christmas to you too. He's so funny. He just whimpers when he wants to go outside, which, you know, it's better than going in the house for sure. But better than going in the house. All right, did we get to 1,200 subscribers? Let's see. Guys and gals, if you're watching and you're not subscribed, we need 2 people to press that subscribe button so we can get to 1,200 here on the stream. If we get to 1,200, then bottles are going to pop, balloons are going to come down from the ceiling, all the things. So if you guys want to see that, press the subscribe button. Feels weird for to not see Juker in like a week in here. He said he's done until after Christmas. He's done until after Christmas. I think a lot of people chose to do that. Probably not the worst decision to make there. Not the worst decision one can make. Like I said, as long as we're above the VWAP here, then we remain bullish, in my opinion. But if we sell below the VWAPs and get below the 15-minute fair value gap, then we will be bearish. We close above the 15 here on the 5-minute chart that we're watching. We're going to take that ding dong long. Or long ding dong. I don't know. Which is it? Which is it? If you're at a small loss, you don't have to deal with taxes. Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess that's true. I don't worry too much about the taxes. We ain't made no money to worry about taxes right now. Maybe next year. Probably next year. The goal next year is pretty hefty goal next year, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. The goal next year, $10,000 per month. That's going to be the goal. And that's just from trading. It's not going to have anything to do with anything else. That is the goal. So we're going to have to get 5 accounts to 2K payouts once a month. That's the idea. We might get a burst of energy at noon. Got about 3 minutes here until noon. Yeah, I don't think it's too unfeasible. I mean, I may change the way I'm trading the funded accounts. I might, instead of taking like one trade across each group of 4, it might be we take all the trades across one group of 4 per day. So if I take 5 trades, it's going to be 5 trades across the same group of 4. And then the next day we trade a different group of 4. I'm considering that strategy. So, and at the beginning of the new year, there might be groups of 5 instead of 4. We'll see. So we want to be able to, I'm thinking 5 to 7 trades per day is probably what we'll be taking. So we want to be able to get trades across all of them. Obviously, if we do them based on days, then it won't matter. But ding dong short, says Alito. You just want to be trading? Yeah, that's all right. Oracle's ding dong short. Could be. Could be, Oracle. Could be. Let's check out the 2000 tick chart. See what it looks like today. Gabbage. Gabba, gabba, garbage. Gabba, gabba, garbage. Truly amazing again, your entry is an ice wall. Where are you short from, Kid Poker? All right. Magical things appear at the 4,000 ticks. All right, let's check it out. Trader Oracle says 2,000 ticks is the magical things, okay? He's not going to like me changing this to 4,000. All right? I don't know if he uses the 4,000 or not. I mean, it certainly looks more bearish on the 4,000 tick chart, right? I don't know. I guess the 5-minute looks similar. I don't know. In my opinion, this could go either way. Really could. And either way means nowhere. See, I told you Oracle wasn't going to like it. Waiting patiently for 913 EO Dayfield. I already knew Kid Poker was short. You'd already told me. 300 tick chart says just ain't right. Man, what are we doing here? Oh, yeah, you got your stop at 51. You did say that. I mean, I don't know that we're going anywhere today. Maybe not. This thing might just go sideways the rest of the day. Oracle said the 420 tick chart. Yeah. Blaze it. Oh. All right, anybody hit that subscribe button? Let me see. We need one more. We're at 1199. Who was the 1198th subscriber? Let me know down below. Who was it? I'm trying to wait for this thing to either break or push, but it may just do it without me today. I do got some things to do, so like I said, we got to clean the house. We got to wrap a few presents. We got to go to Walmart. Got to go to Walmart. Trying to hang curtains off the wicks of that 2K chart. You think the move happened already? Yeah, you might be right. $48.04. After a line of Coke, you trade the 1K tick chart. 690 tick chart for Smurf. Razorbacks just subbed. Razorbacks, welcome to the Methodical family. You the man. Thank you for your subscription. Can't trade the barcode. What are you doing? You okay? He's over here coughing or something. Fridays tend to dip as people take profit. It's much simpler when I took all my presents to Macy's for them to wrap it for me. Goodness. You took your presents to Macy's to get wrapped? I mean, it's got room both directions, right? I mean, we could see, realistically, we could see the 75s. I mean, we have room both ways. We got the London lows down here at 930s. So you have room in both directions here. Oops, I don't even know what that was. I'm sorry. Is that the London low? I don't think it is. No, that was the London low, the one I accidentally moved. Yeah. Right there. I'm trying to give this a minute because I'd like to take this trade if it breaks this 5-minute gap or if it breaks this 15-minute to the downside, but I don't know what that means, Duke. Dog poop on the charts? Could be. We're slowly starting to make higher lows often. Yeah, could be. Can see that one sub for a sec. Can see that on the sub-second time frames. I mean, I guess technically, yeah. All right, who wants to be the 1,200 subscriber? Number 1,200. Who wants to be? Just do it. Hit it. Just do it. Could just park an order up here at 20. If it takes 20, it should give us 30, right? It's the worst idea ever. Mark lunch highs. Well, we're not. What do you mean? We just now crossed over into lunch. Are you talking about morning highs? I don't know. Morning highs, morning lows? I don't know. Yeah, well, when he shorted, it probably was not VWAP here. I mean, we were pretty close to it, though. I guess you're not wrong. All right, we're getting a little energy here. Let's see. Got 4 minutes left on this candle, though. Last hour highs. Rip it, NQ, rip it. Obviously, I'm not in a position, but my favorite position is the break of the inverse of this 5 minute. I like that more than the short, to be honest, but these lunch lows are really clean and have you sus. It's trying to rip. I don't know. Rejection of that 5 minute gap once again. Rejection. I mean, that's the thing. We got a bullish fair value gap on the 30 minute. A bullish gap on the 15 minute that's been holding. And a bearish gap on the 5 minute. So what's going to win? Still have like 7 minutes on this 15-minute candle if it can close below. Made $200 off that short. Nice. Kid wants to add to a short. I don't know if I'd do that. Trading back into that bullish 15-minute gap once again. Do we got the stones to take a long here? I mean, I did this exact same play earlier and it failed. But we did kind of run these equal lows, right? Like I said, we took this exact same trade earlier. One failed, one won. Went right to your entry and bounced. Yeah, it's also respecting that bullish 15-minute gap here, though. I mean, we've been into that 3 times now. ES is looking like it wants to lose the VWAP there. Four and a half minutes left on this 15-minute candle. See if we can close below or not. Where are the people critiquing your trades? I don't know. What do you got? You're in a short? You're still in a short? All right, this does look a little bit interesting, not going to lie. For a possible short here. All right, we're going to give it a try here. Last trade of the day. If we lose, we're done for the day. Should be a quick, swift move down if we're going to get it here. I don't love how it's like holding up. Kind of got support going on there. Obviously, we get back above the VWAP there. We'll kill it. This little gnat. Move. I want to see it kind of hold this midway of this order block here, which is right around that where it's at right now. Reject back below the VWAP there. Trying to give it a little bit of time here. And what we might do is just put our stop. We may move our stop up a little bit. Then, like I said, this should be swift if it's going to sell down here. I'm going to take this. This stupid gnat is annoying me to death today. If it's going to take this low here, then it should be a swift move down. But we may just take it off here if it gets back into profit. Let's see. I mean, I'm just looking for two handles on that first one. It should really get through there. Come on. I'm trying to trust the trade, but I could have had a much better entry, obviously. All right, going to break even here. Woohoo! Woohoo! Back to green, back to green. That's how we do it. Why do we take this trade? Market structure shift to the downside, right? We created an order block on this move back up. So that's why I took the entry there. I thought we'd sweep those lows quickly. I should have waited for the retest of the order block there. Protection of the VWAP, order block, fair value gap above. So that's why we took that short there. That's why we took it. 200 EMA, yeah. Nothing like having two contract ES buy at 48.06. I didn't even know why you put it there. Stuck between VWAP and EMA, yeah. Doing a Matilda on the hourly. Like I said, if we close below this area on the 15-minute, I mean, if the 15-minute can close below this gap here, then I think it's kind of off to the races to the downside. So those are the two things I was looking for there. We want to see either the 5-minute close above here, and we see the highs. 15-minute close below here, I think we see 930. So anyway, streamed a little longer than I intended to this morning, guys and gals. Let's see if we made it to 1,200. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Try to hit 1,200 here in the next minute. Somebody do it. Hit the subscribe button. The subscribe. And, but anyways, we do stream live 5 days a week. We will be back live Monday morning, 9:15, Tuesday morning, 9:15 a.m. Monday is Christmas. So if you guys haven't already, hit those links down below, Topstep, APEX, and Bulenox. Do appreciate it if you just hit the links, even if you're not going to use them right now. It does help the channel. And that's going to do it. Use my coupon codes or if you are interested in signing up for a futures account. That's going to do it for us today. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you back live on Monday. We will have a couple of videos coming out over the weekend. Look for those. You guys have a Merry Christmas. 1,200. Ding, ding, ding. Thank you very much. Yeah, have a great day.